obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Bill, we ready?
Yep, we are recording.
All right, hold on. I can see your.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
Bill, I don't see. Hold on a second. Maybe I have mine. There we go. You ready, John?
I'm ready, Coach.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We got a special guest, as always. Class of 1990, Jon Pemberton, who is a proud Redbird. John, good to see you, man.
Proud Redbird. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. So you got a ball, I see. You got
Yeah.
Let's start with that.
Let's start with this. So great story behind this one, because I got to beat Gibby, right? All my teammates are like, you're a better storyteller than Gibby. You're bigger.
That's a good competition.
A big competition. You got better numbers than Gibby, right? I mean, so,
let him know.
Yeah. But let's be honest. He's got about 450, 500. I got about 505, right? So by beating him, it just, by that much, right? And so,
that's all. But you did beat him. That's all that matters.
The Monster Pawn guys went to college with us. And so I got a call from them 2 years ago saying, hey, we found this memorabilia. And, we'd stayed in contact. And they said, hey, we want to get it to you. And so, obviously I'll take that immediately. And they're like, no, we'll ship it to you for free. So I'm like, oh, give me a minute. Hung up the phone, called back, talked to their assistant, paid the $25 that they bought it for, and the price shipping, and then had that bought and sent to, because I didn't want them, I don't want to screw them over, right? If they get other memorabilia, I want them to call me again, right? So
where'd they have
Monster Palm people for getting me it's the Valley Championship with all our signatures on it, and some Redbird fan turned it in, and I ended up with it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
How you had it? How long ago was that?
I got this in 2018, but this ball was signed right after we won the championship, that Tuesday after.
Right, so, but 18. You are. Let's see. So you are 18 years older than me, approximately.
I am 10 years older than you.
10 years older than me.
I graduated. I should have graduated in '89.
10 years older than me.
Yeah. Right. I'll be 53 next Sunday.
Yeah, my math wasn't very good there, obviously. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
I mean, the older you get, like stuff like that. When I was younger, it's ball, whatever. Now people give me stuff every once in a while, a signed picture, a shirt. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Let me have that. It just means more the older you get.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Well, let's tell everybody. So I don't know if you've watched. I know you've watched at least one, because you got to beat Gibby with the storytelling. First of all, John has been one of the best with staying. There's been many, of course, but John's been one of the best proactive staying in touch with the program, and he's been the captain of getting our alumni games going a handful of times the last few years. We were going to do another one this year. Obviously, we're going to push that back with the COVID and what's going on. But he's a guy who, when I was a player, would come back to campus every once in a while and still lace him up in the North Gym and foul a few times.
Especially during the summers.
And talk a lot. This is back in North Gym wasn't air conditioned.
Yeah.
Now it's nice in there now. But let's just start with telling everybody where you're at, your family. We'll get back to the Illinois State stuff later, your favorite games. What you've been doing since you left in 90, 30 years ago now.
Yeah, 30 years. So I'm going to start with my wife, because that's the best thing that's ever happened to me, right? And so I met her as a freshman. We're in basketball class together. I was a shy kid. I didn't talk to anybody in my freshman year, not even my teammates besides Rep, William Anderson, who was next to me. Finally get the nerve after 9 weeks of basketball class to ask the girl out. We'd go see Spies Like Us at Normal Community Theater. And then I drop her off at like 10 o'clock on a Friday night, and she is just like confused. And I'm like, well, I got to go to bed. And so, because we have a 6 a.m. flight, out of Normal into Tulsa for the conference tournament. And so I said, hey, I'll talk to you. You're going to watch ISU game. I'll talk to you after the ISU game. So we fly down, do practice. We play Wichita State. They had Sasha Radonovich, one of the Carr boys. And so I got in and played well as a freshman. So talked to her after that, and then we've been dating ever since I got married, a year after college. So 3 kids, almost said 3 kids. Our oldest daughter is in George Washington in law school, second year of law school. My son, reason I became a remote worker for State Farm and moved to Colorado for 10 years. now I'm in Arizona, but he's got cystic fibrosis and defective lungs, and so needs the dry community and the elevation. And so Phoenix offers some of that, but Northern Phoenix, where he's at in Northern Arizona, offers all of that for him. So he's doing well health-wise. Now he's home with the whole COVID thing, and we've been locked down and that whole 9 yards. And so, and then my youngest is going to be a junior in high school, and she does a lot of travel soccer and that kind of stuff. So great family. Been at State Farm 23 years. Love it. I've been in the systems department, which is now enterprise technology. I've done a ton of things from server to network to hardware to security. And I'm doing big data. And so I've been with State Farm, love State Farm. I've been with them for almost 24 years.
And you were, I know you go in the office, you traveled some. Were you working from home? Do you work from home in general before all this anyway, a lot, or do you go in?
No, so for the first 10 years, I was in Bloomington, in corporate South. The next 10 years, I was in the Greeley office and then worked in Bloomington. So I was considered a remote worker. Then little birdie came to me late 2016 and said, it's time, it's going to all come to an end. And so asked me if Grant could live in Phoenix. And we said yes. So got an opportunity to go to Phoenix. State Farm move package took care of me, and I got to Phoenix. I've been in Phoenix now for the last 4 years. Doing everything from technical platform to big data. So, and I don't get to travel as much now. As a remote worker, they wanted you back in the office just to put eyes on you and see how you were doing and turn in work product and that stuff. But now I'm in a hub and I'm good. So I don't get back. I get back for ISU things, but I don't come back for work things.
Yeah. All right. So that's kind of what you've been up to for the last,
30 years.
Years now.
30 years. Yep.
Here, 30 years. Okay, so 1985, you come in as a freshman before you met your awesome wife, of course. That's awesome. So Spies Like Us.
Yep.
Spies Like Us. Basketball class. What grade did you get in that basketball class, John? Freshman.
It had to be an A because Warren Cruz was coaching it, which is Coach Cruz's his father, right?
Yeah.
Warren was a coach back with Crawley. Coach Crawley, yeah.
Oh, yeah, track coach.
Crawley, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you got an A in there. That's good.
Yeah, you would hope.
So 85, you come in as a freshman, and go ahead, man. Give me some stories from 85 to 90.
Well, and the early stories, right? A class of 8.
First of all, I will tell you that. Okay, so you were extremely shy. You just said that. Didn't talk to anybody.
Yep.
Which now you talk to everybody.
Everybody. Coach Donowell beat that out of me. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. He encouraged me to be successful and talk to people, and
well, it worked.
It worked. Oh, Coach was awesome, right? I mean, did an amazing job. For whatever reason, he and the coaching staff saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and I still to this day talk like you talked about with Jamar, and when you talked with Gibby about how you talk to them once a month and blah blah blah. I'm the same way, right? We're texting each other. Sonny, my teammate for 5 years, bookend from Rockford Boyland. Man, somebody make a dumb play or bad call, text light up, right? And we're always listening to Coach or Dick Lutke on the radio. We don't like listening to it. We'll watch it on TV, but we're going to listen to Dick, right? And then he is the man. And
yes.
But we'll just start blowing up, right? And some of it is we've been that player, right? So if the player makes a mistake, we're like, oh, I can't believe he did that, or oh, what a bad play, or what a great play, right? And so it's support of the guys that are doing it today. Like you're now their coach, but for us, we can relate. We've been on both sides of that, negative and positives, right? And so. Yeah.
So you went to the tournament in 90. NITs in what, 87, 88?
87 and 88, correct, yep.
Yeah. And you had some really good years here and some tough years.
Tough years, yeah. First year we were 16 and 15, so technically not a losing season. Second year, that was William Anderson's senior year. Derek Standers' senior year. We made it to took second conference. We made it to the NIT tournament, went to the third round, lost to Lionel Simmons and Played a long time in the NBA, and Lionel Simmons was at LaSalle.
Oh, yep.
That was a good team. They ended up taking second that year, I believe, in the NIT. Next year, we ended up playing Cleveland State at Cleveland State, and we just laid an egg. That was, Jeff Harris, Matt Taphorn, Cliff Peterson, Tony Hollifield's senior year. Then we come back, our junior year, and that's going to be, myself, Sonny Roberts. He goes by Sonny Ray now. Long story, you can tell that. Gerard Coleman, Ricky Jackson, Randy Blair. And Sam Skerich. We're the 5 juniors. Sam's a red shirt, but he should be in that class. And so, backing up, Sonny and I are in the class of 85. There's 8 of us. There's only 2 left. There's another story, right? We're at DePaul when Todd Starks get kicked off. Todd Starks is one of the greatest assist guys at ISU, season single record holder. He gets kicked off for an altercation with a coach. Sonny and I making a deal in the DePaul locker room that we are going to finish together, and we're going to see this through, and we're going to win a championship. So,
and that's the DePaul game.
That's the DePaul game, our sophomore year, in that hot locker room in the Rosemont Horizon. And so, now come into our junior year, I break my foot on the first play against Indiana. I play through that. I play 10 games. I just can't go anymore, and it finally breaks. We release the information, and Bradley, basically a player steps on it, snaps that foot in 3 places. So I'm done. We go 10-20, first losing season in 20 years. Wheels are coming off the bus. They fire Coach Donewald. In comes Coach Bender. We now got to straighten all this out. We got to learn a new system and do all that. And we're going to face in the Valley Tournament 2 Hall of Fame teams, and the fact that Southern team, right? They got Asha Ramaya. They got Heron, who's the coach, both in the MVC Hall of Fame. Creighton has got, Harstead and Gallagher. Both of them have got, 4,000 points and 4,000 rebounds between the 2 of them. They are 2 of the best power forward centers ever. We'll have to play them in the championship. So we'll get through that, right? So we go from losing to winning, right? And you always ask players about favorite games. And so I have 3, right? I've already prepped these.
I like it.
Creighton game in 90 at the quarterfinals of the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament in Redbird Arena. If you ever heard Porter Moser talk about Porter, I played against him in junior high. I played against him in high school. I played with him on all the All-Star teams. I played against him in college. He moved in across the street from me when he was a coach here at ISU. But he talks about Harstead as the man wouldn't shower for a week before big games. He stunk. He had the worst breath ever. He would breathe on you. That Creighton game, the refs put the whistles in their pocket, and then we went to war. I mean, it was biting, kicking, scratching. Sonny and Gerard, hands off to them. They hold, not Harstead, Gallagher, to like 4 points or 4 rebounds. They do an amazing job. Fowler and I, Big Scott Fowler and I, have Harstead. We hold them to 20 in the first half. And then we shut him down in the second half. He only got 14. If he had gotten 20 in the second half, he would have beat us. But we held him to 14. And, of course, he's a Missouri Valley Conference Hall of Fame player, 23 points and 2,300 rebounds. I mean, incredible numbers. And, of course, the Southern game, just winning at home in that game is phenomenal, right? Biggest crowd at ISU ever, 10,600.
And that was this is the last conference tournament game ever on a campus.
Yeah, ever.
Went to St. Louis the next year.
Yeah, exactly. And then this year when I was at St. Louis, the phone was blowing up. I had almost 3,000 text messages because it was our 30-year anniversary. So here I'm in the stands. Coach Lowenthal pops in. Coach Giacoletti pops in. Coach Giacoletti's down at Southern as St. Louis as a coach. Love Coach Jack. Coach, Lowenthal was just up for a conference and then comes over and sees Larry Lyons, right? And so, just the brotherhood, right? And, basketball brotherhood. And so, winning that was awesome. Got me a ball. I dropped the ball. So it's out of my way. I do have the trophy from this year.
Yeah, that was this year's little
Yeah, I crossed it off and I put 1990 down there. You can't see it in the camera, but I'm a bit of a goofball. So, of course, me, I want to up, I got to up the goofball centers of the world, right? That, Andy Strandmarks and, Big Chad and Gibby. And so.
Represent Brian Curran.
And Brian Kerr, the goofball big guy. So, and then my other favorite is the Michigan game, right? I can remember we got out to California. We're playing, the defending national champion Michigan Wolverines. They are all back. They have 5 guys that will play 10 plus years in the NBA. I remember Coach and I driving over a day before to the media session. As we're walking in, he's like, listen, you and I are just going to chat because nobody's going to talk to us. We're 35-point underdogs. Everybody thinks this is over before it even starts. And it's true. We sat by ourselves. The Panagraph guys had interviewed us enough. They didn't need to interview us. They didn't even come over to us, right? Lefty and Barnhart, they don't even come over, right? Pegler goes over to the other side. I'm like, we can't even get any love at all. So, I tell my teammates, right, I'm just cussing. We're in the hotel room getting ready to go to shoot around, and I'm like, and so we're all fired up. Tip goes up, and we are on them hard, right? We are going to take them to war, and they are going to pay. And so from out of the gate, we basically led them, and we punished them the whole time. And great game, right? We lost 70-76. Rewatching that game now, announcers can't get our names right. They can't get the right names. They're calling me Coleman and Coleman Pemberton, and they're calling or finally by the second half, they at least call me Pemberton, Coleman Jackson. They don't even know what to do, right? And I've heard LaMonica talk that they waved him over at the first time out to start trying to get information.
Yeah, who are these guys? Yeah.
And so.
That's Tom LaMonica for everybody. Great ID here for years.
Yeah, my SID, love him, great guy. Yeah, I'm dropping names left and right, but Rice hits that monster 3, 25 feet out to get him up 3, and then we come down, get a good shot in, can't get it down. We have to foul, and then they hit. They come down and hit just right. You know what it's like. You were there that first year.
I know. Game of inches. So where was that played?
California Longmont University.
Okay.
Long Beach
University.
Yeah.
And I know it's a close game back and forth. Halftime, who's winning?
We are.
That's what
we're
I thought.
Up 3.
Yeah.
And the funny time is we're listening to the announcers now later, 30 years later. We were listening the other day, a bunch of us, and they don't say a word about us. We're winning.
Even at halftime.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Right?
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's totally how it goes.
So what was the halftime like? You remember? What do you remember?
Absolutely.
No. And what was after the game like?
So halftime, coach is like, listen, we're not smart enough to come up with a new game plan. We are Illinois State. Because you guys are junkyard dogs, get in there and take it to them, right? And so that was it. Coach, 10 words. We were fired up, ready to go back outside, right? I mean, they could have cut the 15-minute halftime to 3.5 minutes, and we would have been ready to go, right? And we were back out there battling our heights off. And so after I heard you guys talk about the tears. We didn't have tears. Because our expectation was, everybody doubted us. Besides the guys in the locker room, nobody thought we could do this.
Yeah.
And we were there. We were right there. And it was sad. But we knew we had put, you always hear coaches say, oh, if you have 110%, you had 100, that's your new 100, whatever. We put 100% on we put 200% on that court, right? We looked on the line, and it is what it is, right? And so, and then for that game, my only regret is I am 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and that dang ball rolls off the rim, I'm 3 for 4 from the floor with this beautiful little right-handed jump hook, and that thing just rolls on the rim, goes all around, hits the backboard, and falls out. I would be one of 2 people with a double-double besides Rico Hill. With a double-double in an NCAA tournament, and I missed that.
For that ball rolling out.
Oh.
And that's 3 more points. So that 3-pointer Rice hit.
Yeah. I needed one of those two to fall. One of those 2 to fall. So.
Couple more memories. So you played in Horton and Redbird.
Absolutely. Yep.
So just give me a little Horton story, and give me something from Horton.
So I tell everybody, Redbird, when we got to the Valley tournament, was loud, but it's still never going to beat Horton.
Yeah.
We would have to grab each other's jersey and yell into each other's ears. We did a lot of hand signals, right? We knew pointing, right? So my 2 Horton stories is it's sad. We let Horton down, right? All those great human beings that have played in there, who great championships in the 80s.
Last game.
With Ricky, Michael, Lou, and Brad and those guys. And, Jeff Harris and Matt Tepworth and those guys, we were sophomores. We beat Butler to send out Horton the way it should have been sent out. Fast forward, Redbird isn't done. We come back, play 3 more games. We beat Western. We beat Coppin. We have DePaul. We have DePaul beat. And Terrence Green steps 7 feet over the 3-point line, knocks it down. They give him 3. We lose. Not that
you're still angry about that.
Bitter party of 15. I guarantee you. To not send off Horton with the way it should be sent off is, that is just one of those. Now, does that fuel my fire to get us a championship and my team a championship? Amen. Right?
Yeah.
So sometimes bad things have got to happen so that you can keep driving forward to get to the end.
Yeah.
But man, that is just Horton. But loved Horton. Loud. I mean, fabulous place to play. Great home court advantage. Students are on top of you. When they start pounding their feet, you feel like the whole roof is going to cave in, right? There's a difference between Redbird when they're pounding and you kind of shudder a little bit.
Yeah.
Horton, it feels like the roof is literally going to fall. I mean, I remember.
It very well might have fallen. So that's why it felt like that. It was probably close.
No, it probably was. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. The crazy thing about this is time flies.
It does.
Since you've been done and telling stories, of course, like Gibby, you could talk forever. But it's just awesome how active you are and how much pride you have in Illinois State University, number one, but also the program. And I always appreciate that, even as a player. And there's so much, as a guy who played here, I love when former players come back, say hi to the guys, because there's so much pride in this program, and you're a big part of that. And so glad you're doing well. You just said it was 105 out there.
105.
Yes, 105 out there. It's a dry heat. We all know that. It's a dry heat.
It is.
But glad you're doing well out there, and always looking forward to. Hopefully, even though we're not playing the reunion game this year, hopefully you'll come out, get a chance to come out at some point for a football or basketball game at some point.
I usually talk to wife into letting me come back for one, and then of course I'm at the Missouri Valley Conference tournament every year.
Absolutely.
I do got to get. Can I give a second? I want to give a shout out to my 2 buddies I travel with, John Diner and Steve Thate. They're my travel buddies, and of course I got to bust my brother's chops. He went to Southern. He meets me there for the Valley tournament. He wears this maroon crap. I hate it. And his father-in-law, Steve Knight, show up, and they can just take their maroon stuff and burn it. So I just
burn it.
Burn it
all. Just burn it.
Burn it.
I love it. Awesome, John. It's good to see you, man. Tell your family hello. Look forward to seeing you when you come back this year. Yep. And appreciate you doing this, buddy.
Do the same, Coach. Thank you. Good luck with the program.
All right, John. See you, man. Birds.
All right. Thanks.